My name is Nazan, and welcome to my vision. When I was 9, I was diagnosed with a sight condition named rod cone dystrophy, and later on in my early 20s with fibromyalgia. Living with a chronic pain and chronic fatigue condition and being registered blind really could have shackled me to my home, but I found yoga and it changed my life. I may stumble and feel my way through these adventures, but I'd like to take you on this journey with me to help those that may be trapped by the limits of their body or mind, that there is a way to break free, breathe, and be. This is a vision for all, where we can work together, explore connecting with ourselves, one another, and discover inner peace. This is for the dreamers out there, for the ones that have lost hope, and for the ones that believe. Welcome to Nazan Visions, a vision for all. Just a quick side note here before we start. If you feel that you need to lie down or sit in a comfortable position of your choice, please feel free to do this by adapting at the start and end of this practice during the meditations. Sometimes standing for longer periods of time can be quite tiring and fatiguing, especially if you have conditions such as chronic fatigue. So please feel free to adapt where you can and rest wherever possible. And I'd advise maybe having a chair at the back of your mat, just behind your mat, in case you do need to sit down at any point. So welcome to this practice. If we come to the top of our mats with our feet hip width apart and just rest the hands on the heart here, bowing the head down and closing down the gaze, or keeping a comfortable, subtle gaze directed towards the tip of the nose. And here I will audio describe the environment that I am in to help you envision this in your environment. So here, if we feel our feet against the rock underneath, supported by the earth, so feeling into the sandy stone and the textures, the moulding of different heights of this stone, carved and stepped on. And feeling this against our bare foot, maybe cooling sensations or clammy sensations, helping to anchor us into this moment, this sturdy rock that we stand on, that overlooks a beautiful still lake. Incredibly still, it looks like a photo, an art piece, with light reflecting off every space that surfaces it. creating fragments of abstract imagery reflected from the trees that surround the entire lake, that surrounds the rock that you stand on, that is slightly higher up, overlooking the lake, the beautiful, rich, navy lake, almost as if a still ocean, helping us to feel the stillness within our minds, our bodies, while simultaneously feeling into the movement within, the heartbeat. And imagining here evergreen, bright trees surrounding the entire lake, overlooking the lake, and witnessing you standing here in the distance. You're surrounded by life here, the insects, the ants, the flies, the dragonflies, the birds, the ducks. And now if we place one hand on the heart and one hand on the belly, feeling into the movement of the breath as you breathe in and as you breathe out. So breathing in and inflating the abdominal area. This is where the lungs press down on the diaphragm, and then the diaphragm lightly presses down on the abdomen to expand as you inhale in. And then exhale out, deflating the belly towards the spine. You can take a couple breaths here, in through the nose and out the mouth, taking a sigh. So this is called abdominal breathing, and we're helping oxygenate each and every cell throughout the body with this deep breath. In through the nose and out through the nose now. Deepening the breath, making this ocean-like sound, this purring, snoring sensation at the back of your throat. One more of those, breathing in, holding at the top, and then breathing out. And now we will be moving into the physical practice to help warm up the body. So breathing in and up with the shoulders, tensing the fists, and then letting go on the out breath. Breathing in and up again. And then letting it all go. Breathing in and up, tensing the shoulders, the face, the fists, and then breathing out. And then we will begin to shake out the body, the feet, bouncing, the knees slightly hydrating the joints there, bouncing up and down, activating some energy to begin, and then circling the shoulders, raising the arms up to shoulder height, fingers face outwards away from you, and then we'll just sweep the arms to the right
And then we sweep the other way, looking over the right shoulder. And we just continue to do this, sweeping back and forth, giving the neck a little stretch until we come back into mountain pose, arms down by our sides. If we raise the arms and hands now parallel towards each other, out in front of you, fingers face forwards, palms facing down, we will raise the palms as we breathe in, and then bring them back down as we breathe out. Repeating this a couple of times to settle the energy. And then we can circle the shoulders, swaying the entire body, the torso, anchoring into this moment. So now we'll bring the palms together up and overhead as we breathe in, and as we breathe out we will part the palms, creating a circle around us, bringing the palms together just below the pelvis here or in front of the pelvis, drawing it up through the midline, breathing in, reaching the palms up and overhead, and then parting the palms again, breathing them out, creating this rainbow around you, this circle, this shield of protection, of strength. One more time, breathing in. And at the top here, we will fold down, hinging from the hips, coming into a forward fold, knees bent, belly towards thigh. Now we will organically find our way to a kneeling posture, coming onto the hands and the knees, bringing the hips back to sit on the heels, toes tucked under. And now we will be doing some cat-cow motion, so breathing in, creating space across the collarbone, the chest, tucking the tailbone out, and then breathing out, drawing it all back in, hunching over, tailbone tucks in and the head tucks in as well. Having your hands placed on the thigh, and they will naturally slide up and down. So breathing in, tailbone tucks out, shoulders come back. Breathing out, hands slide forward, head tucks in, tailbone tucks in, creating some mobility, some spinal fluidity, mobilizing the spine. Now incorporating in the arms as if they are wings, arms an extension of the heart. As you breathe in, they will come out and up and around again, like that circle motion we did a moment ago. And then as you breathe out, tailbone tucks in, the arms tuck in, as if they are wings flapping in and out very slowly. Again, drawing that circle around you, reaching up and out, creating an energetic shield around you. So tucking out the toes now, and bringing your right hand on your left knee and your left hand on your lower back, facing over the left shoulder for a twist. Coming back to center and then doing the opposite. Left hand on right knee and right hand on the lower back, facing over the right shoulder. Neck stretch here and a spinal twist. Breathing in and up and out. So now transitioning onto hands and knees. Hands placed under the shoulders and knees under hip points. Finding our placement here. And breathing in this cat-cow motion that we did kneeling, tucking out the tailbone, lifting up the chin, creating that arch in the back, creating space in the front body. And then we create space in the back body by tucking everything in cat pose. See if you can really wave this spine, easing out any tension, breathing in and out. At your own pace. few more of these now, bringing fluidity, mobilizing the spine. So now if we transition onto lying on our front, so the belly, chest, forehead comes down, placing our hands below the shoulders, elbows tucked in, we'll press into the palms to raise our head and the upper part of our chest slightly off for baby cobra, and then into up dog, so peeling up our entire upper body. And from this upward facing dog, as we peel up, we bring the tailbone up and back as if being pulled by a string up from the tailbone. We lift the tailbone up, shaping our body into an upside down V shape with our legs bent, heels slightly off the floor and head hanging in between the arms. Feel free to pedal out the feet, keeping toes on the floor, lifting one heel up and then the other, so bending into one knee and then the other. So this is moving dog. And now we will walk our feet up to our hands, just below where the hands are, folding over here, hinging from the hips, releasing the upper body and anchoring through the lower body, waist down. So from this fold, we will hinge up and out from the hips, keeping our head down till the very last moment, stacking up vertebra by vertebra. And then we'll breathe in and reach up with the arms, palms together again. And as we breathe out, we will be creating that circle, that shield around us. Breathing in and up, and breathing out, really envisioning this light emanate from us, surrounding our space, the space that we're in. Incorporating in that breath to movement and slowing it right down. So here we'll come to some sense of stillness with our arms down by our sides. And again, we will circle out the shoulders, freeing up the wings, as in the arms, folding over perhaps, and then coming back up. Creating these movements of opening and closing with the entire body, with the cat-cow movements, incorporating the arms as wings, folding over and then coming up and out, stacking up the spine over the lower body again. And then placing one hand on the heart and one hand on the belly here, tuning in. And coming back to shaking off any energies, unwanted energies. Now we will ease into a walking meditation, exploring the space you're in, maybe away from your mat or away from the space that you have touched with your feet and hands, with your body to practice in so far. So exploring the territory around you and orienting yourself proprioceptively, so feeling into the space that surrounds you. feeling into the textures underneath your feet, your heartbeat, your thoughts. Maybe there's some sense or feeling of reluctancy or resistance, or maybe you move with more ease, just noticing, observing. Moving slowly, gently, feeling under each step, each motion, giving space to sensation to breathe, to speak, for your mind to think with clarity. So we're moving at a really slowed down pace here. Taking our time here, we will slowly transition to our standing posture in Tadasana, mountain pose, our starting point. And from here, we will shrug the shoulders up to the ears, clenching the fists, breathing in, and then breathing it all out, releasing, shaking it all out. The hands, the feet go crazy with it, jump up and down, releasing any more stagnant energy. Sweeping, circling the arms, swaying the body, swimming motions here, as if you're doing a backward stroke and then a forward swimming motion. So moving through water slowly, gently. And building your strength as you yield against the air. So taking any movements here that feel good, that feel like they need to be moved. You can use your arms for this, or your mind for this. A little free flow. Again, you are welcome to move into that circling motion around the body, creating a circle as you breathe in and up, and bubbling light around you as if you're in a bubble of strength or positivity or calm. Breathing in a feeling that you need right now that will help benefit and support you as you do these motions, either this free-flowing motion, swaying the body, slightly circling the hips, or this circling around, up and out with the arms, and eventually folding over, hinging from the hips, and coming back up again, using those arms as wings, up and out with the arms, creating space across the chest, and in, hunching into a ball, folding, everything tucked in. So opening the back body, then closing it again, opening the front body and then closing in again, opening and closing at your own pace. You may want to pause as your wings open, the arms out, chest open, heart open. Restoring yourself in this energy of openness before bringing the hands onto the heart and belly. Taking a moment here. To reflect, to breathe. Please feel free here to lie down if that's what you need in Shavasana. We will be here for a few minutes. So now I will leave you for some moments of silence and let you know when I've come back. Coming back into the physical body, into the physical space that you're in, wriggling the fingers and the toes, taking your time to drift out, and allow the soothing benefits of this practice to weave into moments to come. We can apply what we learn on the mat, implementing it into our day-to-day lives. So bring this calm with you wherever you go in moments to follow, for kind thoughts, kind words and kind actions, bowing to yourself in gratitude. Namaste. Thank you for breathing and moving and practicing with me and joining me on the mat today. If you'd like to follow the practice with a longer meditation, please feel free to follow the link in the description below or hover over the thumbnail on the screen for a really nourishing meditation, a guided meditation that I've wrote recently that works really nicely with this practice. Thank you again, and please don't forget to subscribe, like and
comment. I'd love to know how you're feeling post-practice, what videos you'd like to see in the future, and your feedback in general. Thank you so much. Namaste.